It's like you choose which one. Which one will you be? And I never can quite tell. Like, do I have to look more like other than this? This is just a little bit of a tantrum.
I wish I knew.
Yeah.
But knowing is overrated sometimes.
Yeah, I don't need to know. Okay, right. And this is just, so they hadn't been like separated.
Right.
So this one was curious. Again, this circle though, I mean, it's like, it literally, to me, it's like an oath of blood. Like, and then you are ready, ladies. The damash, the dames. Okay, next one, let's go. What is the problem here? I'm just I would pee outside, but apparently that's against the law. So it's like, what do you want? Where can we pee in peace? Maybe the dragon's coming out. Okay, so right, all right. And now let's move away from this rant of the bathrooms. And we have
However,
tell me.
If you're interested in this topic and in your endeavors and adventures and shenanigans out there, you see more bizarre things like this. If you want to take some photos of this bizarre segregation using these freaky deaky symbols, if you want to take the photos and send them to us with a little review, with a little opinion, with a little emotion and sensation that you felt, we would gladly show it here on the show.
Yeah, we would love to. Yeah, please. So, and then you can send them to this conveniently placed title, show at queerstream.tv. Okay.
Could be an interesting project.
Yeah, so please send them in. Let's get some more going.
Absolutely.
Or make your own and put them up there. That could be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so are we ready for the callers, Jay? We have this earpiece is gonna be, how do we even get signal up here?
Okay.
Ooh-hee. Okay, we are ready for news.
Knew it.
Okay, right, so our first little sweet news. Okay, I would love Shasya to come on. Okay, so here we go. So this little image though is on the building project that's happening in Sete Outeiros. And while Shasya magically appears on the screen, we have some technical movements happening. But I'm ready for Shasya. But yeah, so Sete Outeiros. Oh, hello! There's Shasya now!
Hi! Hello!
I can hear you. Oh, you're here.
Yeah.
I'm a principal host, apparently. That's not true.
Looking cool.
Indeed.
As always.
This hat. This is like the iconic hat of Sete Outeiros. But
So what's up?
Can you hear me, Shasya?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
However,
because somehow I cannot hear you.
We cannot hear
at all.
a single syllable that is.
Oh no!
We can mime to each other. Speak to me, beloved.
I am trying.
I hear you. You're coming.
Hi.
Well, hello.
Hello. Oh. How are you, darlings?
Well, it was a bit of a mess coming on tonight, but we made it, and here we are with you. So it's been much better.
First time is always a mess.
Nothing. But that's okay.
You can try, wait. Yeah, it is a bit of a mess. But, as you say, life is a mess, and I stick with that, actually.
Absolutely.
First times are always messy. Virgin show.
Exactly. Well, and I wonder to myself, because taking on any project, or especially like whether it's a community project or if it's like a personal project, there's always that, like creating of, wow, what is this going to be? How is it going to shape? How much do I need to like let it go free? How much do I need to control it or not? And finding these relationships. So I'm wondering for you, like when you first dreamt Sete Outeiros. How was that for you? Like, what was that process? Because it's a huge dream you've dreamt, and that's come to life. So,
Well, I think like many good queer things, Sete Outeiros is something which has come together very organically through the dreams of many queers. I wouldn't say that I'm the only dream holder of Sete Outeiros. It's a beautiful thing which could never happen with only just one person.
totally, yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, and it's just well, because for me, like when I first came to the landscape, I was with Alma and also Ray, who's somewhere in the ethos, and just like meeting the presence of this space, I felt that, it's like it's a collective body, and because I was on your website and I didn't know exactly like how you would want to be called, so I put the principal host because that's what it says on the. But yeah, because I think there is an energy though of like, because of the collectivity of a dream, but then also like who is the one who actually, I guess, is the tree maybe, or what is the stone, and not that it makes it less of a collective thing when there is a principal host. But I just wanted to like, again, like this quality of, because your presence there, I feel it in the cats, I feel it in the river, I feel it, and of course the other ancestors who've created it, but it's like your essence for me was totally there and still is here in me. So it's like, it's a magic that you're creating there.
It's a very magical place. It's true. A lot of very magical things happen. And I have a lot of theories about why that is, but I think that whenever you take people that are socially excluded or shunned to the margins of society, and then you give them a magical space to come together, then it just makes sparks fly off and connections happen, and all sorts of wonderful things happen there. When you put principal host, I was really confused because it doesn't say of Sete Outeiros, and so I thought it was misplaced for Queer Stream. Because obviously I'm not the principal host of Queer Stream. I'm not hosting Queer Stream at all.
Well, I mean, you're just as a host as any one of us here. I'm just saying, because like we don't know what we're doing. But I think for me it's cool because coming back into the city after being submersed in Sete Outeiros, and of course not knowing, feeling really like what is, because it's so different from being in the city as we have landed here and that we are in, and then coming back into the trans household that I'm in right now, and really investigating the jewels and the seeds and the light and the dark that I kind of was digging through there. I realized something that still has remained, which is like the last conversation we had, dropped me off at the station, which was about negotiating spaces and this ability of seeing consequence, and like this the nature of like the trans feminist politics as principles and all these things. It really rooted in me in such like this like I felt like I was carrying these precious things in me back here. And now coming back, like I will have to talk to you this on a private moment, but truly I feel completely transformed in a way that I was not expecting. And so like I just, and for me it's like what you said about when we are allowed and given a space to say, you're free, you're here, like here, this is for you. It was magical, I mean, it was so, it's a living practice that, wow. So it's like, I'm sure maybe you've received other sort of like letters or messages from other people who've come and maybe have shared similar experiences. I mean, I don't know if you want to share, Alma, what you've...
Yeah, how are you feeling, Shasya? Is there anything you want to share with us right now? Any precious nugget you want to plant, you want to throw into the World Wide Web?
I'm good. It's really nice to see both of your lovely faces. It's always nice to touch back and see the people that pass through here. and hope that they pass through again and create a sort of permanence to that bond, to that feeling, and create a little bit of community. It's one of the nicest thing about Sete Outeiros is having people start to come back year after year, and then as they can get to know each other a little bit as well, it's just kind of like queer connecting queer people that have a real passion about being in nature and the magic of nature and what it does. It's really wonderful to kind of like see that happen and watch that happen, and yeah, and watch how some people really grow into the space and appreciate it, because it is a place that um, there's no villages around, there's no neighbors, it's just nature. So you really can get away from like the the endless gaze of society, of normative society. And yeah, it is a place I think that it does a lot of people a lot of good, especially trans people or or queer people that are a bit kind of like that society doesn't quite understand. And it's also like a really nice place that something that's really touched me is is a number of people have sort of begun their transitions there or taken like really important steps like there or just after, and that's such a beautiful thing to see, is to watch the magic happen of being able to come to a place like that and just have it transform you. And it just fills me with joy.
But indeed, like society pushing us and nature just with the open arms, with tentacles, come juicy babies. I will receive you. I will hold you. Come to me.
With my depth, with my complexity.
Exactly. With everything that you are.
And everything that nature is, which is also very complex.
Yeah.
It is.
The word that comes to me now is like to remember, like this remembrance and of wholeness. You know, that's like in that too, and I am that as well. And it was so, the thing that blew my mind when I was there, because I was really, you know, like all of the books that you have that are so exquisitely just somehow magically placed there too. It's like you can open anything and it's like, oh, well, this is exactly what I was thinking about. Amazing. And I opened this book of trees, actually, and I was looking about the sacred ash tree. And I read there that some ashes can have duplicate genders and also change their genders. And that was so incredible. I had no idea that trees could do that. And that was like, what?
There it is.
And so it was just, again, like the things that I wish, I mean, I don't know, I guess I wouldn't have it any other way, but just to learn it also like in that space, like just to have these like really treasures to be unfolded and like to receive it was so, it's so it's like, it really is nutritious. It's delectable. And also the food, you know, the food that we made there, it was like everything was so charged and potent, you know. And so, wow. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of introduce people to this, to you, to your presence, you know, to have you here on this. I don't know if you can see yourself, but it's you're through the window. But are you in your Jeep now? Is that where you are?
I'm in the car, yeah, because there's not good reception back at Sete Outeiros.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And yes, the dress that you gave me also premieres on the next thing I interviewed. Yeah, when we were, and it's been also that dress. She's just making an appearance everywhere. I know though, I'm wondering, because if you have something that you want to like impart, another like little bit of something, if you feel it.
I just want wonderful queer loving natures to come.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Queer loving natures. Nature loving queers, obviously. Well.
Yeah.
We will spread that.
We will.
We will continue, definitely. You heard it here first. If you love nature, if you love cats and dogs, if you love mosquitoes. That's kind of a necessary parameter. You don't need to love them, but you need to tolerate their presence. If you love hermaphrodite trees and flowers, if you love cold waters, if you love having no phone signal, if you love all of that juiciness, just Sete Outeiros is there.
But also, I would challenge though, even if you know, because I think at least a lot of inner city people who might only know that, I encourage to explore and investigate, because it is a space that welcomes transformation in multiple ways, and you can commit to however long you need to, and it's something. The space is available to, as the transformation is needed, or as the will or wish is wanted. So, yeah, and I feel honestly, Shasya, like your facilitation of this space is such a beautiful thing in itself to witness. Like just like your presence, the wisdom that you bring, or the I don't know how to describe it. It's like this. It's because it's not a fixed wisdom. It's a living one. It's an interactive one. It's not like, and now I know everything.
Definitely not.
It's a co-creation.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
thank you, Shasya. Thank you so much for appearing.
It's so
through
generous.
our spaceship windows and just showing us your smile.
I have to go to Earth now.
You have to go where?
Back to Earth. My
Okay,
car.
yes.
I'm my
Please
car
go
back to
back.
Earth now.
Yes. Well, we will stay here for the next time. But yeah, see you, Shasya.
Thank you.
Oh, ciao. Oh my God. Wow. I feel like all the questions I wanted to ask just disappeared.
Absolutely.
Wow, it's just...
Faye, I need your technical help here.
Okay.
Do you mind switching to this side? It's because it's the only thing. Ah, right, exactly.
Wait.
Exactly.
Yes, hello?
It's the only way to have more.
Something happened. Okay, we're back. Oh, great. And there... Oh, no.
Wait, no. On this side. On
okay.
this side. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've lost Jay. That's okay. Okay, what's the next one?
Boom.
So this was quite intense though, and it's a serious matter that's really wow, gosh, okay, just brought back to that. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Yeah, wow, okay. So moving back to Earth indeed. So this picture is taken outside of the Italian embassy because a sort of fascist policy leader who is driving this very dramatic law in Italy is essentially denying lesbian mothers their access and their rights to be the legal guardians and the legal parents of their children. And yes, her name is Giorgia Maloney. And if you don't know her, I mean, I don't know where she is in her landscape, but it's definitely not a pleasant one. I certainly wouldn't want to be there in her worldview. But I had the pleasure, though, of speaking to a trans activist who is so amazing in my heart. Her name is Joanna Isabel. Oop, there it goes. And yeah, and I think we can pull up the interview. But before we do that, I would also like to point out that Joanna Isabel, is a part of the collective called Club Sappho, which is a lesbian, trans feminist organization. And I'm not sure why I did feminist. Just trans feminist eternity. But how many feminists can we put in that word? It's just, we just keep on multiplying like microbes. So let's get to the interview. It was my first one, so please give me care. So I'm Faye, and I'm here with Joanna Isabel.
Hi, I'm Joanna Isabel.
And we're in front of the Italian
Embassy.
Yes.
Can you tell us what we're doing here, Joanna?
Well, we're protesting because fascist laws coming up in Italy are denying lesbian mothers their rights. Italian prosecutors are sending petitions to courts to remove the names of lesbian Italian mothers out of the birth certificates of their children. The law allowed for both mothers, the biological and her partner, who usually go through processes of in vitro fertilization with anonymous donors, to both be registered as mothers. And suddenly, Miss Maloney decided that no, that the mothers do not have a right to be a mother. They are leaving hundreds of children without a parent all of a sudden, without all the needed parental rights to protect their children, to safeguard their children, to pick them up from school, to make medical decisions upon them. And all of that is just absolutely unacceptable. I mean, equality is for all, and all families need to be respected, and lesbian families need to be respected as any other family is.
Yeah.
Family is love. It's not boy parts and girl parts.
Yeah. Wow. And can you tell us about this flag?
This is the flag of Club Sappho. Club Sappho is an organization that defends the rights of lesbian women in Portugal. They work towards our visibility and empowerment, and they've been around for a while, since '96. So, a lot of good work has been done by Club Sappho in the defense of LGBT rights and all lesbian people. And I say people because lesbians are not just women. There are non-binary people out there, trans women out there who also are lesbians and need to be respected as such.
Can you also tell a bit of what you want or your intention for this gathering and this manifestation to be?
Well, my intention is to bring a light upon this outrage and also to wake the people up. I mean, there's been a wave of fascism. It's not just far right. This is fascism coming back in force in countries actually that were ravaged by fascism. It's like people don't remember anymore what fascism did to them, how much blood ran in the streets, how many people died, how many atrocities were committed in the name of fascism. And it's rearing its ugly head again. And we need to wake up. We need to protest. I mean, fascism will never be again. I mean, we will rebel, we will protest, we will argue, and if we have to fight them in the streets again, we will. I mean, like Dylan Thomas said, do not go gently into that cold night. I mean, rage against the dying of the light, and we will rage against the dying of liberty, against the dying of democracy, and against fascism in all its forms.
Because it does seem like the sleepiness of fascism today, like how it's manifested, it seems like it's going kind of under the current. And so it's like, because it's maybe not so, people aren't saying like, we are the fascists, like la la la, or like we are this group, although they are essentially forming in these fascist organizations.
Yes, they are.
What do you feel is causing people to remain asleep to the actual subterfuge of our rights? Especially the LGBTQ plus community.
I have to blame governments today. I mean, they've disengaged people from participating actively in political life. They've kind of made us unbelieve what they do, as in they're all the same, no matter who's there, they're doing all the same, they do what they want, they don't care about us, they don't listen to us. And that malcontent that is growing is being taken over by fascists. Many people are unaware of history, and culture. They're uneducated, and they're fallen prey to easy songs that are absolute bullshit. I mean, Maloney fought for the family. Yeah,
Whatever that means.
yeah. Well, people like the word "they're fighting for families." The thing is, she never said she was going to be homophobic and fascist about families. We knew that was going to happen because we know what party she comes from and we know her background, but most people didn't. Now she's making decisions that are not going for popular vote. She's making decisions out of the perch she's in. People got to wake up. because you think this is going after lesbian mothers, and you think, oh, this is just going to affect lesbian mothers. Tomorrow, this is going to affect gay parents of all genders. The day next, this is going to affect everybody in some way or form. Whenever you go out after our personal liberties, whenever you deny us our equality, you're undermining the basis of democracy. And sometimes people fall asleep because they think this is not affecting me now. But it is. Like, for instance, in the United States, there was a law that said that you cannot wear clothes that are not gender conforming. But it was sold to people like, no, this is about drag queens, and drag queens are the worst, and they're the number one reason why our youth is going astray. Like, it's not guns that's killing them. No, it's not the policies that are denying them their food and their health care and their minimum rights. No, it's the drag queens. Like, bullshit. But okay, so people kind of let that pass. They didn't vote for it, they didn't vote against it, just let it pass. Like, okay, this is just for drag queens, doesn't affect me. The thing is, the way the law is written, cops could go tomorrow into a grocery store and arrest every woman there shopping in pants. Because it just says gender non-conforming, and what the hell is gender non-conforming? Who decides that? Who decides clothes are gendered and what gender one clothes has that the other one doesn't? You know? So people are kind of, they're too stressed. Life is too difficult. They're worried, I don't make enough money. Housing crisis is rampant. What am I going to eat tomorrow? What am I going to feed my children tomorrow? So if it's not hurting them right now, it's not a priority. And they are taking that. They're making us desperate in the hopes that we will not stand up and fight for each other. That as long as it's not affecting us, we're going to let it slide. And it'll come to a point in which one lets it slide, the other lets it slide, the other lets it slide. And when we wake up, the majority is standing alone because it's slid so far that nobody has any rights left. The thing is, we need to stand up even when we are too preoccupied with just surviving. And we got to recognize that the reason we are just so preoccupied with merely surviving is because of these governments who are doing nothing to protect the people they're supposed to represent. And they're just feeding economy, they're just feeding big business, and they're treating us like like slaves. They're treating us like manpower. They're treating us like workers with no rights and not like proper citizens. And they should. It is not right that someone who works their full hours cannot afford a roof and food, cannot feed their children, cannot provide proper health care. And that is distracting us from anything but survival. We are in fight or flight mode, and we do not notice many of the egregious things that are being done to our fellow humans. And that is what they're counting on. But we need to stand up. We need to rise up, and we need to rebel against this. This can never be again.
So just a question popped into my mind.
Yeah.
If Miss Giorgia Maloney
Yeah.
were here witnessing this,
Yeah.
and maybe she had the courage or the confidence or the willpower to speak to you, what would you want to say to her?
Well, she wouldn't, because fascists are cowards. History has proven that. But what I would tell her, it's unlawful. It's disgusting that you as a mother would deny other mothers their rights to be a mother. That you are endangering children. And this is not said lightly. She is endangering children and denying children their family just to look good and just to push forward an agenda that has no place in modern democracy, has no place in Europe, has no place anywhere in the world.
Yeah, nor in any place in humanity.
And she is hurting children to do that. That is disgusting. It's immoral.
Yeah, it seems to be this where it starts, huh? It's like it starts with this idea of the child somehow. It's like the way to kind of indoctrinate modern society is to going to the child.
The thing is, you're not protecting children, you're hurting them. I mean, stop the bullshit. When you're denying a child one of their parents, you are hurting that child. There's no way you can justify this any other way. to say this, no, we're protecting the traditional family. What's a traditional family? There's never been such a thing as a traditional family.
Let's make another one.
I mean, families have existed all over the place.
Yeah.
They're done of people who love each other, even if they're not married. They're done of friends who commune together. They're done of two men, two women, two whatever gender people they are, whatever age they are. Families are made of people who love each other. Families are made of 2, are made of 3, are made of 10, are made of 5. They're made of polyamorous families. They're made of monogamous families. They're made of unmarried families. They're made of people who love and stand by each other, not of people who genetically donate material to
So
be.
it's time. It's time. No, please, it's okay. It's okay. Interrupt.
No, we're going to ask
Okay.
if we're ready to start.
Nice.
Can you smell the foot? Oh, here we are. Oh, hello.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Wow, that took forever.
It's just you, Faye. Take it away.
Can you? Wow. Okay. So we are realizing that this show is with some problems with sound. But I hope you're enjoying. And if you don't understand what we're saying, just make it up. So anyways, the next article of the news, oh, my hand goes away, is the queer spirit, which, as you see, it's from the 17th of August until the 21st. Is that 5 days? Okay, great. And for
5, roughly.
just, it's a time portal. I wanted to read something about it that I found really nice. So, it says, the Queer Spirit Festival is such a gathering, and in a way that allows for spiritual awareness to blossom and to grow in the queer community. And it started in August of 2016, and it first brought together 400 queers from all parts of our rainbow in the beautiful spot of Wiltshire.
You don't say.
And so, what I think is very interesting about this particular festival, because I've never been, but we plan on going. I wish Alma were alive here. Alma's there in spirit. Could you maybe? Yeah. So there we go. We have a plan to go this time around, and we have a small little unplanned performance that we're going to give along with other beautiful performing artists and people. Alma, do you want to share anything about your hopes and dreams about this thing that we have never been to? But
Well, my main hope is that we get on top of the stage. We actually get there. We actually put our little feet on it. And hopefully just dance a bit, sing a bit, show some nice videos, and then just merge and fuse and turn into a liquid sphere of goo that will just explode from the stage, penetrate everyone's hearts, and take them on a journey across space and time to another galaxy, through then the wormhole and the butthole and the black hole, and then bring them back here to this earth. And that's it. Pretty much.
I loved also when I was talking to Shakti about this particular wish. It was to bring in the queer stories and the queer storytelling. And I know that this is a large part of the current work that Shakti is working on. And I'm very, very appreciative of it because it really brings in wielding the queer story and the queer power, and I've lost the sound.
Hopefully you can hear us at home.
Oh, we're back. Maybe. Oh, good. Yeah, and I think, for me, I'm really excited to see how this can. I'm receiving a secret message. Okay.
So,
Yeah. Supposed to look at the camera and not at the giant screen that's behind that camera. So I'll try my best.
thank you for revealing my secret note.
I
That
don't
was
know.
just for you.
No one has to know. So right now we're gonna stop talking about queer spirit because maybe we've just confused it, and maybe you want to go find out more. And there's all the links for these news articles and everything that we talked about. You can find within the description below. No, I'm just. You can get go
Oh,
for it.
hi. So we have a slight technical issue in that the camera, which is my phone, has run out of battery because it wasn't charging through the microphone. So now we know. I know a video is just played and paused, so let me find. What else have we got to put on?
And that's the main issue in a list of 300 that are happening right now, and that's okay. Embracing the chaos.
Yeah, the laptop has overheated and is dying.
crashed.
We're losing people by the minute, and the video's over. Wait.
No, it's not.
Oh, Alma, Alma, you look so cute.
Look at the fan on the laptop.
Yeah, put the fan on. Oh my gosh. Look at that beauty. You're a shapeshifter. Like, it's amazing. Were you wearing makeup?
Just black lipstick, but it disappeared.
Wow. Oh my god, this outfit.
I love how my boobs are.
Yeah.
Somehow just it's very subtle, but a boop boop.
Yes. Are we live?
No, but who knows what we are?
Okay.
What are we?
Well, let's look at this. I'm just gonna move it. Wait. Wait, I wonder. Oh my gosh, we can extend the table. Like we can just put here. Woohoo! Cosmic. So cosmic, we disappear. Okay. Wow, where are we? So, okay, so I don't know if anyone saw what was just happening, which was a complete unedited version of Ray's poem, Raw. And we were supposed to have an interview with Ray, but that's probably not going to happen. Because our computer has crashed due to being overheated due to climate change. So,
And on that note, we end. That's Exhibit A, right there, undeniable. And that's all we came to do, to prove climate change, transmutation, transfiguration, transition. I wonder if the climate is trans and is transitioning.
absolutely.
Right? And now everyone's just panicking because, transition is hard. But we just gotta wait. We just gotta have faith. But also take care of the person that is transitioning because it's hard as fuck. So maybe that's what's happening.
It's all a microcosm of the macrocosm.
Everything is the same as everything else, just in different scales.
Wow. Okay, so Jay, can you give us some order?
I'll just go for it. So welcome, girls, boys, in-betweens and all-arounds, to Shenaninews, the news of the bizarre shenanigans happening here on Earth in mainstream society. Yes. Gaping news, this just in. This week, Epsilon Dusk and his rockets. No, that doesn't sound right. What is that? Right, Ron Tusk and his rockets. That also doesn't sound right. What is that? Oh, of course, Felon Rush and his rockets. Damn it, that's not it. What was it? What was it? Let me search in my brain. Elon Musk. Of course, Elon Musk. Elon Musk's rockets are more powerful than ever. This person is using the Earth's resources to try to fly away from it. This makes no sense, Faye. And yet, so many humans believe he's trying to save the planet and everyone in it. What in the hoo-ha? What in the shenani? This makes no sense. Okay. My Queerlandian brain cannot understand this. I'm going to ask the help of the Queerlandian encyclopedia. So, Queerpedia, give me a help here. Okay. If I insert the simple equation of white cisgender man plus rocket, what is the solution to this equation? Queerpedia, can you help me? I'm going to search. But of course, here is the solution. Everyone, here is the solution. To the human eye, it might appear like a simple witch unicorn, but it is not. This is a highly complex, cryptic codex of Queerlandian knowledge from eons ago, passed through generations. And it says, white knight syndrome. Huh. What is that? Queerpedia, can you translate into other words? Right. Oh. Right. Well, what I'm getting is savior complex. This is what I'm getting. And now that I think about it, it's not shocking at all. But now what do we do? Queerpedia, please help me. What do we do? I'm going to continue searching. I'm going to continue searching. Queerpedia, give me a wah 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 hee.
That's my shady boom boom.
Shady boom boom. What is the solution to this shenanigan? Where do we go from here, Queerpedia? Okay. It says here this. And this might look again to you, to your eye, your human eye, like a trans unicorn that was born from the soil, the moss and the lichen. But it is not. Again, it is a very complex codex. And it says the solution is can someone tell this man to sit down in nature and smell the flowers? Take a breath or 7,000 and smell the flowers. All the flowers, every single one. That should give us enough time to get back on our feet. That should be a long enough meditation to address that confused mind. What do you think?
I think it's brilliant.
Nothing makes sense. And I know for a fact, Faye, that a lot of humans are making the effort to be vegan, to go vegan, to care for this cutesy planet and its precious climate and its magnificent non-human animals. And this person is using so many resources and a huge amount of fossil fuel to fuel the rockets to fly away. It makes no sense. And it does not sound fair at all to me. That's what I got to say. However, Faye, today I found the juiciest of news today. So I found out on my researches that just last night, Elon Musk decided to fly away from this earth alone on top of one of his rockets, wearing nothing but flip-flops and a thong.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. I just found out it was last night. And the specialists that I contacted, they speculate that he's heading for the meteorites in the meteor belt in the solar system. And I was thinking, why is it going to the meteors? And then I used my brain and I found 3 possible explanations to why he's going to land and settle in a meteor. And I think the first one is Elon Musk is going to count dust. Elon Musk is going to dedicate the rest of his life to just counting dust. Counting and making maps and charts and diagrams, and just counting dust. Isn't that special? I think
There they are now.
there they are, flying away.
so.
This is a very interesting cartoon, actually. I want to explain it because the rocket is like filled with cracks and holes and mended with tape. And it says free speech, and it's collapsing. And then the flame, the propelling combustion says Trump, and then it says hate, enticement, conspiracies, crypto hyped, and the blocking of queer topics. So all of that is fueling his rocket of the so-called free speech, and he's just happy flying away. And that image, everyone, says a lot. So where was I? Oh, the second possibility of what he might be doing in the meteors is he is gonna study the effects. He's gonna study the effect of cosmic dust in the gluteus maximus skincare, which I found out the humans call it ass exfoliation. Ass exfoliation is gonna study the effect of cosmic dust in ass exfoliation. Can you imagine? Imagine just exfoliating your bum with cosmic dust and then levitating or something. That should be amazing.
It would really help, I think.
It would. I just hope it doesn't levitate back to Earth. Maybe to another meteor.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
stay in place.
Or stay there. The third option that I think it's the most likely scenario and the most fun is I think he's gonna gather cosmic dust and just smush it into tiny rocks and just put them all together in a string. And I was researching, I think humans call these beads. And I don't know, I don't have enough field work yet, but I think the goal is for insertion in orifices, in holes. This is what I don't know what it is. I need to research more, but it already
Like
sounds fun.
small little beads. We have an image of that.
Small little bead.
I wonder who would be. Oh. Hi. Hello there. If you've stayed on for this long, I am proud of you.
Absolutely. You deserve a queer medal.
So, I don't know where I'm going to read from. I'm just trying to find it.
I saw a little part that had
An asterisk.
a caption.
It's hard to use these hands. Oh, this looks nice. I'm just going to read this part as I... So this is a trans shaman and author, Raven Caldera, writes this in the book Hermaphrodites. And it says, transgendered people have long been robbed of their own spiritual history, not knowing that there were once times and places where ours was considered a spiritual path in and of itself. So for me, this book, although Shakti does not identify as trans, it's more of a story and collection of empowering myths, personal stories, quotes from different spiritual walks of life, goddess worshippers, and mystery schools and Kabbalistic trainings, as a tool for transformation and queer spiritual transformation, which also then led into what is now the Queer Spirit festival that's appearing in August. So for me, this whole journey of this book really allows for, in my opinion and in my vision, the reader to also transform alongside Shakti in trust of this mystery of life and death. So that's that, and I can read the back of it, which says, AIDS took me to the twilight world between life and death, a place where realities merged and spirit. HIV opened my mind away and realized that we are cut off from our true source and nature. To understand that healing is vital, healing of our belief in separation. But I think just to highlight this book and to highlight what the kind of text this is, and it's, as a writer and as a storyteller myself, this book really gave me a lot of courage as to what a story and a personal story can do. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to read just a little bit, if I can find the part I like. Because not only is this a story of Shakti's journey through spiritual transformation and through their healing journey, through his healing journey. But it's also a collection of sort of a call to action on, in this movement of life that we're living, where we have been eradicated. Okay, how can we exist in times like this, and what do we do to heal ourselves, to heal each other, to love each other more radically? Yeah. So I don't know where I'm gonna read from. I'm just trying to find it.
I saw a little part that had
An asterisk.
and a caption.
It's hard to use these hands. Oh, this looks nice. I'm just gonna read this part as I. So this is a trans shaman and author, Raven Caldera, writes this in the book Hermaphrodite Deities. And it says, transgendered people have long been robbed of their own spiritual history, not knowing that there were once times and places where ours was considered a spiritual path in and of itself. So for me, this book, although Shakti does not identify as trans, it's more of a story and collection of empowering myths, personal stories, quotes from different spiritual walks of life, goddess worshippers, and mystery schools and Kabbalistic trainings, as a tool for transformation and queer spiritual transformation, which also then led into what is now the Queer Spirit festival that's appearing in August. So for me, this whole journey of this book really allows for, in my opinion and in my vision, the reader to also transform alongside Shakti in trust of this mystery of life and death. So that's that, and I can read the back of it, which says, AIDS took me to the twilight world between life and death, a place where realities merged and spirit entered. HIV opened my mind to the fact that humanity needs to awaken and realize that we are cut off from our true source and nature. To understand that healing is vital, healing of our belief in separation, AIDS became my accelerated individual discovery of self. From small town boy to queer spirit warrior, from gay bars to radical fairy gatherings, here is a tale of awakening to a multi-dimensional reality and of discovering the hidden spiritual powers of gay, lesbian, bi, trans, queer people and how they are manifesting in the world today. And a beautiful quote I would like to say that Shakti invited was, "We are here, we are queer, we are cosmic." Thank you for tonight.
And that is truth.
Truth.
That is us. That is Queerstream for you at home.
A lowercase t. And lowercase e.
And you're welcome.
Bye. Cue the music.
We love you. Thank you for watching. We're still